Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Let's talk about it. What's going on, people? It's your boy, Brass Tacks in this bitch. You already know. You already know, people. This ain't the Mark Wahlberg one. This is the better one. I wasn't expecting good things from this movie when I watched it, and I was really surprised. One of the best movies of that year. If you haven't watched it already, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. But you're not here for that, you're here to find out about a transfer. So let's talk about it.
4K review.
Shot in 35mm. Visual effects 2K, digital intermediate 2K. DTS HD 5.1 master audio. The detail is an improvement on this. It's not going to blow you away, but it is an improvement. There's a nice uptick on close-ups. You definitely notice more textures, more hair, skin, the usual suspects, but it's not going to be a night and day difference. It's got film grain in it. See, people like film grain. I'm not one of those people. For me, it distracts the movie. People say it adds to the detail and depth. For me, personally, it takes away from that. I hate grain, and there's grain on this. Some scenes you can't notice it more than others. I was expecting to be blown away from the opening scene with the apes first get captured. And to be honest, I wasn't. It felt a bit soft to me. Sometimes it looks sharp, sometimes it looks really sharp, and sometimes it looks really soft. It's really inconsistent on the detail department. In the wide shots, depth looks really, really good. But for most of it, it's an uptick. You'll notice depth here and there. Where depth is really firing on all cylinders is the third act. The third act is fantastic. When you got the battle on the bridge, you got the apes moving in towards the fog, the smoke, whatever it is. Looks fantastic. You can see great depth and three-dimensionality there. HDR is pretty good on this. The transfer itself is vibrant and punchy. It's full of color. It's not oversaturated. It still maintains the natural flesh tones. The outdoor scenes look surprisingly good. There is one HDR moment that really just stood out to me. It was a reference shot. You know when they take Caesar out into the woods and it's the first time he starts climbing that big tree? It's a montage of him kind of growing up as he's traversing through the trees. That scene where he's looking up in the trees looked beautiful. I wanted to just pause it right there. It looked beautiful. There are some really good moments and picturesque shots in this transfer, but they're few and far between. Great black levels, great shadow detail, especially when they're captured, you know, when all the apes are in the cage. It's pretty dark and dull in that area. You make out everything pretty clearly, especially when you're looking in the cage. The wear and tear of the cage, dark and black and inky throughout. Adds a lot of depth to the apes themselves. Surprisingly, the CGI holds up very well, but we're talking about the apes. For the most part, the apes look great. They look great. Where it starts to suffer and show its age is in fast motion, but it's not offensive. It's not going to bother you.
Sound.
The mix is pretty much the same as the Bluray, which was already a very good, decent mix. Bass and the subtleties are pretty good for a 5.1 mix. The film's climax is where the sound really stands out. And there is a little bit of surround, but I really do wish with a movie like this that there was atmos, but there's no atmos. You ain't gonna see apes up there, you ain't gonna see apes down there, you ain't gonna hear apes around you. You just got the 5.1 in this bitch, but it's serviceable.
Final thoughts.
Guys, this is a fantastic movie, and this is the best version of the movie to get. But it's not gonna blow you away. There's gonna be some scenes which you appreciate. I don't think it's worth full price. I think it's worth waiting because these are older movies. It's about the subtleties of this one, but the HDR does really stand out. But yeah, wait for a sale. All right, guys, that's my review on Rise of the Apes. Hope you enjoyed it, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna catch you guys soon.